Would some honourable member care to take note of miscellaneous business?
Thank you, Mr Speaker. I so move.
David Sherrill.
So yesterday we had the announcement of the Auditor General's report on the Sky City deal. And the Prime Minister said that he was totally vindicated by this report. Well, sir, everybody that's read this report, any reasonable New Zealander, sir, will see that he was not vindicated, he was implicated. He was implicated right up to his eyeballs. Sir, this was a shonky deal, and Mr Key is donkey deep in a shonky deal. He was seen to be pulling the strings right up to the last minute, sir. It is a litany of his involvement in ensuring that Sky City got the best deal. It was ensuring that his mates got in front of the process. And let's just look how this litany started, sir. In 2009, John Key advised himself, as you do, of course, to chase Sky City for a deal to build the National Convention Centre. Then he wasn't sure about ensuring that his own people and his own staff made sure that that deal was nailed down and sealed, because he met with the Sky City bosses in May 2009, but he can't remember exactly what was discussed, but that's what happens. We do have brain fade in this chamber, and that was what happens. In 24th of August, sir, he wrote on a briefing note that he wanted the Sky City deal closed off. In September, his Chief of Staff, his Deputy Chief of Staff, and the head of the Department of Prime Minister and Cabinet, sir, met with Sky City to go over the plans. On September, a senior tourism official told him that Sky City wanted their gambling licence, sir, extended for building the centre. It gets worse and worse, sir. And then on November, John Key and Wayne Eagleson had a cosy little dinner with Sky City bosses so they could look at the plans and think outside the box. On the 3rd of December 2009, the Department of Prime Minister and Cabinet warns John Key about the dodgy process in a private briefing note. But he doesn't care, sir. He doesn't care, he doesn't need to care, because his Chief of Staff is still going on and on, meeting with Sky City and seeing what they want for this little deal. And on the 23rd of December 2009, the Chair of Sky City writes to John Key telling him of the regulatory reforms he wants. And what were them? What were those regulatory reforms? Well, more pokies. More pokies and an extension to Sky City's gambling licence. In other words, sir, we, the problem gamblers of New Zealand, are stumping up the money for this convention centre in a dodgy deal that no other bidder gets to have a look at. And in fact, sir, no other bidder other than Sky City gets to know that actually the government's not going to put up any of the money. No other bidder actually knew that. Only Sky City knows that. Only Sky City gets to be offered regulatory reform in the form of some sweet deal, except for Sky City that John Key offers to them. This, sir, is a shonky deal. It is a deal that should not be allowed in a country like New Zealand. John Key is involved up to his eyeballs, sir, in a shonky deal. A deal, sir, that John Armstrong calls something that you would expect from a banana republic without the bananas, sir, that it is a disgrace to this House.
Honourable Stephen Joyce.
Mr Speaker, the only problem with that observation from the pro tem leader of the Labor Party is that it's all rubbish, Mr Speaker.